All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Actual Anime Podcast. I'm your host, Stefan. I got Caleb over here. Look, we getting
Hey
right
man,
into it. Right
let's get
into it.
active. I'm back like I never left.
Back like I never left. Look, if y'all like the pod, like, share, comment, subscribe. We on YouTube, we on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor, all that good stuff. All right. So we getting right into it. So the first thing I got for y'all, all right, the One Piece animator promises that One Piece will dominate 2023 with animation quality. All right, they gonna overtake Bleach. They overtaking Demon Slayer, everything. So the animator Henry Thurlow, he's the main animator for Wano. So all the cool fights you see in Wano, he's in
Yeah.
charge of all that. He basically said, "Fuck Demon Slayer, fuck Bleach. As soon as Gear 5 come out, that's it. That's it. They running scared, and that's
I
it.
feel that. I feel that.
It's
But here's my thing, right? Like you can talk your ish if you have the stuff to back it up, right? So like that's why Demon Slayer can say I'm the GOAT right now when it comes to
yeah.
animation because they're the GOAT when it comes to animation.
They've
Like
been
everyone
showing
knows
it.
it.
They've been
So how are
showing
you
it,
about
bro.
to come out here and talk this shit on Bleach and on what like I could get Bleach, like I'll give you Bleach, right? Because Bleach has some great animation, but it hasn't been a prolonged amount of great animation, right?
Yeah, no, it's consistent, but it hasn't been like for a while consistent.
You cannot show me a single episode of Demon Slayer that has bad animation. You just can't.
Not
you
one.
can't do it. It's not possible.
Not one.
So for
So
you to come out here
fucking
and
statement.
be on that bullshit, bro, talking about
Wild.
something, we're about to blow them out of the water. Hey man, if you put out a shit product, all right, man, they coming for your
I'm coming
neck
right
now.
back to this tweet. I'm coming right back to this fucking tweet, and I'm gonna be like,
This you?
This you? I got receipts, bro. It's literally he said the longest One Piece saga in the entire series is ending with the best animated episodes that anyone has ever seen, ever.
Now,
ever
all
seen.
right, you could have said it was the best that you've ever seen for One Piece and got away with it and let us decide if it was the best animation. But for you to go out there and say that, and I promise you on everything, if they put out a product and then Demon Slayer is better, people are going to be talking that bullshit online. I promise you they are. They're going to be like, listen, man, this you.
They are.
You said this, and this is the product you gave us, and the math ain't mathing right now.
It ain't adding up.
It's going to be a problem, man. I'm telling you.
It don't make sense, bro. I know. So Wano got a new animation director, right? They got a new animation director. I think his name is Tatsuya Nagahime, and he been in charge of some big stuff. He did the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. He was in charge of, I think, One Piece Film Z, and it was
he in charge of Red too?
Movie. Yeah,
I think so.
So he might have the team where he feel like he can make that statement, but I don't know.
I gotta see the proof.
That's what I'm saying. I get it. Like, you worked on all those movies and stuff like that. You got a good like head, but you got to show me something. Wano ain't bad. Don't get me wrong. Wano is not bad
and
at all.
And that's what I'm saying. Like nobody's hating on Wano, right? But like for you to go out there and go for the top, like that's like me saying I got drafted into the league, and the first thing I'm gonna say is, "Oh, I'm about to go be the next LeBron James. Or I'm about to be the next Kevin Durant. Like I'm better than them."
Yeah.
Hold your horses, bro. You haven't even played a rookie game yet, man.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? Like, how about you get on the court and show me what you
settle down a little bit.
These guys talking reckless, bro. Reckless.
Real reckless. And it's crazy, bro, because the way I looked at the tweet, I was like, one, you did not have to mention Bleach and Demon Slayer. You could have kept this entire tweet One Piece related and been perfectly fine. Why did you? And he said Bleach and Demon Slayer. Now, parentheses, I'm not hating. I'm a fan. But I was like, nah, that's slick.
All right.
That's some slick
now
shit.
You think you'll get away with that?
Yeah, you ain't going.
You think that the animation studios aren't going to see that tweet and they're going to be like, all right, we got something for you. All right, man.
You foldable finna tweet out bet, and that's it.
Yeah.
Let's go break the fucking internet. Gonna be like bet.
Yeah, bro. And the crazy thing is, I'm even as apprehensive as I am for that, I'm even more excited to see if they actually back that shit up. Because imagine that's like calling your shot, bro. Like, hey, we're about to be the best. And there's one thing to talk shit afterward, you know what I'm saying? And there's one thing to talk shit beforehand. And I got way more respect for somebody who will talk shit when they're losing and talk shit when they're winning.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So like if it's like one of my favorite stories of all time, right? Is like Larry Bird's, it's a Christmas game and he's playing, the Celtics are playing somebody and he's like, hey, I got a present for you. And they're down by 2. He catches the ball on the inbound, game winner, 3-pointer to win it, and he says, "Merry fucking Christmas." It's just a different level of animal.
Christmas. It's different.
So
bro.
if they call their shot and they're like, "Hey, bro, like they ain't got nothing on this animation we're about to show y'all now," all right, and then they actually come through and One Piece is the goated animated at the end of it, like, all right, man, I got a ton of respect for you. You know what I'm saying? But don't let us down now.
Respect for you. But I think one, he did not need to mention Bleach and Demon Slayer, bro. He didn't. Now he's definitely picking his battles because he knows who to go against. True. He knows who the goats in animation is. So that's something. But hey, if he's calling his shit early, talk your shit. I'm fine with you talking your shit. Go ahead.
That's all right, bro. Like, more power to you, homie.
You better show me something, though. You better show me something. I know that.
Don't come out here and lay an egg now. Like,
I think he's putting a lot of faith in Gear 5 and how that's gonna look animated.
I think so.
The little sliver that we got in the movie, that was hype. That was real hype. So seeing it fully animated might be something wild.
And so have you fully caught up on One Piece's manga? So we know what's coming down the line now. So don't drop it on us now. There's gonna be some real like potential here for it to be literally anime of the year if they drop it right. You know what I mean?
That's what he's trying to call. He's trying to call it now. It's gonna be
that's essentially what you're saying, right? Like, because people nowadays are so invested. We're already invested in characters like One Piece, right? Like in the One Piece anime, we already have so many characters so you don't need character development, right? So we're not looking for, it's not competing with, say, some of the newer animes that are going to come out this year for like character development and storyline and all that. We already have all that. Right? We don't need any more. So now you just give us the action we're waiting for. We know what's coming, right? So don't disappoint us. And in that case, like if he's saying that this is going to be the GOAT, like you're not just saying I'm going to be the best animator, because you're competing with the ones he dropped with Bleach and with Demon Slayer. He's basically saying, calling my shot, I'm going to drop the anime of the year. That's what he's saying.
So if he does it, hey, power to him, but you gotta show me something, Henry. You gotta show me something, man. Because I put this on the Instagram and they was not feeling your statement. You gotta show me something. So,
and like I said, if he does it, if he pulls it off, I got a whole new level of respect for this dude. Because this is
Henry Thurlow, animator of the fucking year. If he calls it, bro. If he calls it and everyone's like, "Damn, he said that," he's gonna be like, I'm walking around like I'm him. You know what I'm saying?
And you will be.
But
you know what I mean?
You will be. But dang, that's I'll see. I'll see. Because I don't know, man.
What I know is coming through Demon Slayer, bro. It's gonna be hard to top. It just is, man, because they already have that standard. You know what I mean?
He picked the wrong arc to make this statement.
I know, man. That's what
he
I'm
definitely
saying.
picked the wrong time to say this.
I don't know, man, because some of the things that are coming up, dude, it's gonna be hard for you to compete, man.
I know. Even in Bleach, like the shit coming up in Bleach is gonna be wild.
Some of the shit that we're about to see in Bleach has been on one, bro. Like,
Bleach came back with some heat.
It did. And I was like, we were talking about with Ellis, bro. Like, hey, man, it was not the thing that we all like when it came back. All the Bleach fans who were waiting, we were not disappointed by any means, like at all whatsoever. That was the best we could have possibly got, and it kept getting better.
Yeah.
So, and like Bleach ain't gonna stop. Bleach, the animating studios for both of these companies, for both these animes, are gonna see what this tweet said, and they're gonna be like, okay, man, the gauntlet has been thrown, and so it's not like they're just gonna be like, all right, we're just gonna keep the same stuff. They're gonna get better too. So you aren't just going off of better animation to what you have already seen. You're going to be going off of potentially guessing what they are going to bring to the table and trying to.
Well, yeah, I mean, he sparked a fucking war, bro.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
He put it out there. He sparked it. Like they're gonna be like, look at it and say, okay, cool. You want to do that? I'll do this. I'm gonna beat your ass. Like,
and you're gonna have to guess what they're doing. And that's the thing. You don't know what they had in production already. So for you to come out here and speak that reckless unless you have insider information, hey man, you better have.
Hey, you think he might have a spy in the camps?
Maybe.
Might have a spy in the camps.
It wouldn't surprise me, honestly.
Damn,
that's the only way you could talk that confidently like that. Like
I know what you're working on. Show me your panels. I know what you're working on.
Yeah, like would it surprise you? Because it wouldn't surprise me.
Wouldn't surprise me at all. Honestly, I think that's a practice that happens a lot. Is like like sending people over to just check on them. Like, oh yeah, let me tour your studio real quick. Let me see what you got going on. What's your
Hey,
animation
man.
process? I don't know.
Hey, what's behind that door?
Yeah, what's why that door say do not enter, staff only? Like, oh
Yeah.
man, but yeah, that's the first topic. So the second topic, the PS5 game sales are down due to $70 price tag. Fans are buying fewer PS5 games as released. 264.2 million sold during fiscal year 2022, with a drop of 39 million compared to the previous year.
Golly.
So the reason why games are getting too expensive and they're dropping broken. Halo Infinite dropped with no campaign, just
Shattered.
multiplayer.
Yeah.
No other modes, literally just multiplayer, and it was buggy at that. I remember the first game we played, and it was fucking garbage. Everyone
Yeah,
was driving
horrible.
around, and nobody knew what to do. Cyberpunk,
Yeah.
full of glitches. Battlefield
Horrible.
2042, horrible. Overwatch, couldn't find a fucking game server to save my life.
You
Gotham
couldn't get a
Knights,
server
bro,
forever. Gotham Knights is like it's
forever.
the worst game I've ever seen, bro.
Gotham
It might
Knights,
legitimately be the worst game I've ever seen.
yes, 100, bro. Gotham Knights literally dropped at what, $70, $80 for deluxe whatever edition, 30 FPS, bro. On a PS5, Xbox Series X dropped at 30 FPS, and I paid $80 for this fucking game. No,
See, that's what
no way.
I'm telling you. And I think the biggest reason why specifically that game title in Gotham Knights was so bad is because Arkham Knight came out like a damn decade ago or something.
Yeah.
It came out a long time ago, and that was better than the product we got. It is so bad. It is so bad. And like some of my favorite characters in all of DC Comics were in that game. Nightwing is my second favorite hero of all time besides the Flash.
So you got majorly hold, huh?
Yes, bro. And
yeah.
Red Hood is a menace to society. And I wanted to see the first time playing an actual Jason Todd character that didn't feel like a whiny little bitch. And we didn't get it. It was like, bro, like, come on now. You had the blueprint. Just improve the blueprint.
You literally had everything. Everything.
Yeah.
You had updated hardware, updated technology. You had the opportunity to make better graphics. You had the lineage of these characters. That's all. You had everything.
You had better consoles. You're like, yeah.
How did you mess up Gotham Knights that bad, bro?
Yeah.
That bad.
And the thing is, it's not just PS5, right? Like some of the other games, like the newest Pokemon games with all the glitches that came out in that, right? Yep. So you look at, like, again, you mentioned Halo Infinite. We've talked about some of the glitches that came out, and some of the, like, Elden Ring still had some of the biggest glitches. And that's so I want your opinion on this. What do you think about? Do you think that the issues are coming because they're dropping games knowing that they can just drop DLC later to fix it?
Yep.
Or do you think 100%. That they're is it just a cash grab at the end of the day, or what?
So me thinking as a game studio, I'm like, if I drop something now, I know they're going to buy it. They're going to complain. They're going to bitch and moan, but I know they're going to get the DLC to fix it later because they're going to fuck with the game so heavy. So I can drop whatever I want now and clean it up in post. It's a horrible practice, but it makes sense from like a business standpoint. Like, I'd rather get something out because I know those big corporations have timelines and stuff. They have seasonal drops they got to do. But I definitely think they drop it. They know they're going to pay for it because with things like microtransactions and DLC, it's just an easy way to make money and also prolong the game's shelf life.
Yeah.
With all that extra stuff that they add on. So it's like, yeah.
So I feel that, but at the same time, and then maybe it's just because we're older and we don't have the mentality like we did when we were younger. But as a gamer, I would rather you come out and publicly say, hey, I know we were releasing this in February, but we have to delay the release till April because the game isn't complete. And I would rather you give me a product that is worth being on the market. You know what I mean? Like, so we're not, like I'm all excited to unwrap whatever the first game is. You know, I go to the GameStop, I wait for it to be, I pre-order it, I wait for it to be released. I go purchase the actual copy of the game, and then I download it onto my fucking console just for it to be unplayable. You remember how bad the Overwatch 2 was, bro? It was atrocious. It was so bad. I uninstalled. That's how bad it was.
I remember I told y'all to install it, try it out, and it was like, nope, never mind. I'm not even in the game yet.
Get a lobby, bro. Like, it was so bad. And so I would rather them have said, you know what, hey guys, I know we were projecting our release to be done in May, but the servers aren't ready. We did, a couple of tests. we released it a little early for a beta test, and the servers just aren't ready. Give us a couple of months, and I would rather them say, okay, and to make it up for that, we'll give you the first DLC free, right? Let's say the first DLC is like $5 or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you're losing some money overall, but I think that the actual sale of the game would actually increase if they knew that you would actually give them a quality product.
It would, but then it's kind of like a double-edged sword at the same time, because it's like if you constantly say, hey, the game's not ready yet, give us like 4 more months. Sorry, it's still not ready yet. Give us like 5 more months. You kind of lose the credibility of if you actually did drop a release date. Now everyone's going to be like, nah, we'll push it out like 5, 6, 7 months. They're never ready on time. So you kind of get that aspect that goes along into it. But what you're saying I definitely would like that. If they drop something and they said, hey, look, just first DLC free. Y'all can take it. Y'all can take it. But like the people who are going to complain that, hey, they're never on time, they can't commit to their audience, can't commit to their fan base, it's going to alienate them. But at the end of the day, I'd rather have a game that I can play than a game that I can play and it's like horrible and buggy. Because what was it? Cyberpunk 2077, bro.
God. Dude, it was so
that game should not have released.
And they knew
there's
it.
No way
they came out and made statements like, hey, we knew this was gonna happen. If you knew it, why'd you release it?
Why did you drop it? If you knew it, why did you drop it? What sense does that make? Who is up there making these decisions, bro? Like, yeah, let me just put out something half-assed. They'll buy it anyway. It is what it is.
It ended up being one of the biggest flops of all time, right?
Yep.
So imagine if they had said, you know what, guys, I know we were projected it, to be in January. Give us till March, and on March they drop a 100% smooth game, or not, maybe not 100%, but 95%. Is still better than the 60 or 40 or whatever the hell it was working at. It was so bad, people like they went back and they demanded refunds because the game was so bad. And this is not the first time a company like this has done something like this. It's like, look what happened with Cyberpunk. Look what happened with Overwatch. Look what happened with some of the like Pokemon titles that released. I remember when I first bought, oh Lord, Scarlet and Violet. Bro, the game barely fucking worked. You couldn't use the motorcycle because it just wouldn't work. It just,
like, how did that make you feel as like a gamer? Like a game franchise that you loved and you played it and it just was not working.
And it's tarnishing the reputation of the franchise, right?
It is.
So now I don't have a desire to buy the next title of a Pokemon game on the day it drops. I'm just going to wait, until they drop the inevitable DLC, 6 months later, and then I'll buy it then, because then I'll know the game will work, because I'm tired of getting a game and it just being glitched and having errors. And then, software has been corrupted, or, you get glitched into the side of a mountain, or we all know. Do you remember when Elden Ring first released? And by the way, just for context, for all you people down in the comments, Elden Ring is like my favorite game of all time. Okay. But I can still criticize things. Elden Ring, when it first dropped, we all saw those early initial like YouTube videos of those dudes who had glitches, and they were just like riding the horse on open air. And it was just like, how the hell did you do that? Like, that shouldn't be able to be done. If you know it's going to be a problem, like, come on, man, just give us a game that works. You know what I mean?
And of course, I think it's wild that they're like $80, $70, $80, bro, for half-finished games. I'm not paying that. Like, I'm not.
What I'm and of course, prices are going up because of inflation, and we're not going to get into the economics of it all. But like, obviously, the government and the situation of economics in the country are not the greatest. And across the world, technology is just, it's getting more expensive to do, right?
Yeah.
You're pushing graphics, you're pushing gameplay, it's going to get more expensive. But if that's the case, right, give us a game that works. Like,
because at this point, I'm paying more for less content that I got in like 2012.
Bro, exactly, bro. I remember games. So I would go and I'd buy a $40 game, but I could play that game forever, and there would never be a problem.
It came with the instruction manual on the left side, man. Bro, it felt so polished.
They don't make it like they used to anymore. And of course, I understand the argument, like, well, they're pushing the boundaries. You have to understand, with graphics getting better, there's going to be glitches. Okay, then just wait till the game is done. Wait till it works. Don't give us a release date. Imagine Spider-Man 2 drops on the PS5 and it's unplayable. You know how long we've been waiting for that fucking game, bro?
Like you're literally swinging and glitching through buildings. No, I
And you're
couldn't.
just
I couldn't. Yeah, just and then he's stuck. I'm like, nah, bro. I gotta restart
and
the
I'm waiting
game.
for
And
Venom
no,
to come out and shit. Oh, dude. You know
I
what?
couldn't.
I'd
And
be
it,
so hot.
I get the whole, push graphics, push the new PS5 hardware to the limits, bro. I might be on the different side of that because I want gameplay. The
Thank you.
graphics could look like they could look like maybe I say PS4ish. I don't care
Yeah.
graphic wise, bro. As long as this game is smooth, it feels fluid, and there's nothing broken
Right.
in the game, bro. This whole could have like PlayStation 4 graphics, and I wouldn't care. I wouldn't. Just let me
And it's
play it. Everyone is
yeah.
so wrapped up in I want my game to be a spectacle. Like I want it to be the next God of War Ragnarok with quality, or the next like Elden Ring with quality. Bro, your game plays like shit. It looks
Thank
good.
you.
It looks good, but it plays like shit.
Bro,
Like
and it's the same thing. It's why I stopped playing 2K, bro. They're more focused on the sweat drops on people's bro. If I wanted to see an actual player, I'd watch the NBA. All right.
Yep,
I don't give a
that's
damn.
it.
I want to know if the gameplay is good. Can
Yep.
I do what I want? Can I is there going to be a skill gap, especially in like Madden and 2K and all the the FIFAs and the competitive style of the games, right? Is there going to be a skill gap, or can anyone just jump on and play? Are there going to be game-breaking glitches? Are there going to be game-breaking plays that no one can guard, or whatever the case is?
Is there going to be
right?
a meta? Is there going to be a signature jump shot that can't miss?
Yeah.
Like it's just
and it's
so.
like, I would rather you give me a complete game with 2K16 graphics that work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just give me a game that fucking works. Instead of you giving me
fine.
Zion Williamson literally in front of me, and he's just like,
yeah, just stuck in the dunking animation. He's been dunking for like 3 quarters now. I'm like, no,
like, bro, like, come on, man. And some of the stuff that we see in the games that are released today, I would be embarrassed if I was a production company for these, and I'm the animation, department for this game, and I can't have some dude walk into a specific building because he'll get stuck in the doorway. That is horrible.
It makes me think, like, how often are they play testing the games that they drop? I know big companies have. I know big companies have a whole period of time before the game drops where they get like 20 to 30 people to just play the hell out of that game and try to break it to find that stuff. So how is this stuff slipping through the cracks and getting released, and I'm paying $70 for it? Like,
I have no idea. You would think, man, like all these multi-million-dollar corporations, and they're actually multi-billion-dollar corporations at this point.
Oh yeah,
they're in the development stages of this game. There's going to be beta testers. They open up servers. They do test runs, and it just doesn't work. One of the which game was it we were talking about? And they came out and they were like, "Yeah, our servers can't handle the amount of players that want to play the game."
It was probably Overwatch.
Excuse me? It was probably Overwatch.
Yeah,
I said, Overwatch. Hold on. Like, you were anticipating your game to fail? You were anticipating your game to not have a good as an audience.
Yep.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
It doesn't, there's been games.
If you look at some of the most played games of all time, like League, for example, League of Legends, it's a game people still. It's not like they're releasing new games. They
League, still play that. Yeah, they still to this day. To this day,
because it fucking works. Because it works and it's fun and the gameplay is great and the storyline is like, you know what I'm saying? Like there are games that we go back and we play. Like Ghost of Tsushima was a perfect example. I played through that game 2 times now because it works. There's no glitches. I don't, I don't really care how great it looks. It just plays phenomenal.
And that's all that it needs to do. That is all it needs to do. It does not need to look like a movie. If I want to watch a movie, I'll load up Netflix or Hulu. It does not need to look like a movie. I play games for gameplay only. I do not play games for graphic quality. I don't care. I might be. I know I'm not the minority when I say that too. I play games. To play games.
And that's not to say I can't appreciate good quality graphics, but like it's a cause and effect. Like which one do I want more? I'd rather have great gameplay and mediocre graphics than mediocre gameplay and great graphics any day of the week. And I feel like I'm not the only one.
If you put diamonds in a piece of shit, it's still a piece of shit. Like at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's still shit.
So my question is like, who's talking in the ear of these corporations thinking like, oh, just put it out. They won't care. They won't care. They want to see the graphics. No, we actually don't give a shit. We really
Probably the
don't.
marketing directors or whatever. It's like,
Probably.
dude, regardless, they're gonna play it. It's like
Yeah.
we can keep doing the same exact thing year after year, and they still gonna play it. So gaming companies saw that and they're like, we could damn near drop whatever. Like, and
Yeah.
it's real weird how like some indie games that are like $20 to $30 on the PlayStation Store are fluid. Like gameplay
It
is
work great.
solid, better than
Yeah.
those big title like Call of Duty shit like that, bro. There's
Telling you.
like games where you can like split gate, where you can like make
Mm-hmm.
portals, go through the portals and do, and that game plays beautifully, beautifully, and it's like $10.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I don't know how people don't understand this. And I don't know if you, I think we had talked about it before. Some of the new Assassin's Creeds that are coming out
oh
compared
yeah,
to some of the older Assassin's
yeah,
Creeds, bro, like the
yeah.
Ezio collection, I still play today because it is
Mm-hmm.
flawless. It is
Mm-hmm.
flawless. The remastered Ezio collection is flawless.
Yep.
It is so good.
There's
I
there's
can't play some of the
nothing
new
bad.
titles.
There's nothing bad
I
about it.
can't play some of the new titles. What the fuck is going on now? Like, what is happening? And not everything
It's
has to be a DLC ridden open world concept.
That's the
Just
thing though.
give
That
me
makes
a
money.
linear game.
DLC makes money. Open world makes money. The gaming companies
Maybe I should.
literally ride the waves of what's popular. There's such like
I
culture vultures
Yeah.
in gaming. Like if Elden Ring did open world, right? Everybody and their mama's gonna want to do open world because they see how successful
True.
it was for Breath of the Wild, Elden Ring, things like that. Like competitive shooters. We got Valorant, we got Overwatch, we got Call of Duty,
Everybody's got to be a battle royale now. Yeah.
everybody has a battle royale because Fortnite made it popular. Warzone came out after that. What
Well,
was Call
PUBG
of
was
Duty
out, but it
Force?
wasn't really like.
Yeah,
Say again.
PUBG walked so Fortnite could run, and I
Yeah,
will
yeah,
say that
but
because
when I
PUBG
tell you
was
Fortnite
good.
has been running, Fortnite has been
Mm-hmm.
freaking sprinting, bro.
Running, grittying on these hoes forever. Like
And
Fortnite's
like
been killing it.
And for somehow, some way, they're the only company. And this is not me trying to meet ride Epic Games, okay? Because there's a lot of problems with Epic, but with the microtransactions. But the fact is, when they drop a new season, when it drops, it freaking drops, and everything's in
Mm-hmm.
the game, and it
Mm-hmm.
all works the majority of the time. The
Yep.
majority. There are still glitches in it because it's hard on a multi-million-dollar server with literally people all over the world playing to be
Mm-hmm.
100% perfect. But did you see the new Star Wars update that just dropped?
I did. I
The whole
did.
thing is flawless.
Whole thing, bro. Whole thing.
Like, how can they do it? What are they doing that y'all can't figure out, bro? Like, oh,
I don't
man.
know. People look at Fortnite like it's such a child's thing, but like if you look at the company and the marketing strategy that they employ, they
Genius.
are doing what they need to do. Like
They are genius.
they're so smart with it. They'll like kind of tease stuff that's coming out. Like I think with
Mhm.
the Naruto and like the Dragon Ball, I think they just dropped a picture of like Shenron and like the
Yeah.
Fortnite banana looking up at it,
Mhm.
and they were like coming soon. I was like, bro, what the fuck? And then for
Yeah.
Naruto, they literally just like had all the Fortnite characters sitting at like the Ichiraku ramen shop, and
Mhm.
they didn't even they just posted the picture. They didn't say anything.
Yeah.
That could have been a fan made picture, a real picture, and then a month later, sure enough, Kakashi, Sasuke, Naruto was in that thing. So their marketing is
And
just crazy.
is out of this world, and they always drop. The thing is, they keep up with the times. They are projecting ahead. They can see what's coming out, right? So again, a beautiful thing. The Star Wars thing. They saw May 4th was coming around, and everyone's turned it into
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars Day because May the 4th be with you and all that crap.
Yeah.
So they dropped a DLC of Star Wars that day.
They was
Like,
planning
how
that.
hard is
That
it
was
to keep
planned.
up with the trends? They listen to the heartbeat of their audience and they say, okay, this is what they want. We're going to go ahead and give them this. There are companies
Mm-hmm.
that we have all said, bro, we just give us this, and everything is fine. And they're like, we hear you. Fuck that. We're going this way.
Because fuck them. That's why.
And I'm like, all
It's
right,
what it
bro.
is.
And again, but to follow back up to the beginning of what you said, how they're going down in sales, that's the only way to get those companies' attentions because all they care about is their pocketbook. So if we stop buying those games, they're going to be like, well, wait, hang on now.
Mm-hmm.
Where all the money going?
Where are the money?
All
Yeah.
right.
Where the money? Where the money at? Like I don't know, but they'll figure it out. Hopefully,
I
sometime
hope
soon.
so.
Sometime
I hope so,
soon.
man.
All right. Next thing I got Avatar The Last motherfucking Airbender is getting a new
Let's
series.
go.
Bro, look, holy shit. I love Avatar. I love Avatar. I
One of the
think
greatest shows of our generation.
Avatar was literally, this might be my nostalgia talking, but Avatar was a perfect show. I had zero.
Absolutely.
Aang learned everything to where I did not get bored of him learning the element. He struggled with self-confidence. He struggled with love. He couldn't pull no bitches. He was fighting
Facts.
Zuko. Bro, everything was
Sokka was struggling.
perfect.
Sokka was pulling baddies left and
Bro,
right. Like
Sokka literally pulled a girl from
the
almost every
moon.
kingdom, bro. From the
Like,
bro, literally every place he went, he pulled a bitch, bro. Literally every
yo,
place, bro.
facts. Yo,
Like
and then
he don't even need to
the
bend, bro.
characters, facts, bro. He was just he was Timothy. He was him
He
Duncan. That's
was.
it. Like I
He
don't
was.
like and like you look at some of the character developments, like how much we hated Katara because of the love triangle that she made with Aang and Zuko. Because remember, she had like a thing for Zuko and a little bit. Like I ain't gonna lie, Katara's kind of a hoe, but whatever.
Yeah, they
You
were in
know,
that
and then
cave, and she was like, "Oh, we actually have things in common." Nah, bro.
yeah. And like fuck all that, bro. He's trying to kill you and your whole family, bro. Like fuck off.
Yeah. Relax.
Yeah, and then you see Aang struggling with like having to give up his love for Katara to be able to master the Avatar state, bro. Like that
Yep.
whole series was
Yep.
fire.
Like when they
Uncle
were, bro,
Iroh, probably the best
when they
character in
were,
the show.
oh my gosh, bro. I'm telling you, hey, how they introduced Azula? Nah, bro,
Bro,
that's
and
crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, Zula, baddie. Crazy,
Baddie.
baddie.
Not yeah,
But
crazy, but she a
and
baddie.
then you see, bro, do you remember that scene where Uncle Iroh's pretending to be an insane old man in jail
Yeah.
when they're
Oh,
throwing
bro,
him the
he
food,
was
and then
doing
he
the
rips
clapping
off
push
that
up.
cloak and he's just
Yes,
fucking
sir,
just
bro.
yoked, dude. I was like,
Bro,
okay, bro.
when he was doing the handstand push-ups and the clapping push-ups, and then the dude walked over
Bro,
like, "What are you doing?" He was just, I was like, "Bro, this dude is
dude,
insane." And then
he was
he like
playing
broke out.
master. Yeah,
Oh my god.
during Sozin's comment, and he was just like, all right, bro, hey, y'all must have forgot who the fuck I was,
Yep.
all right?
Yep.
Oh
That
man,
was
everything
Zuko
about
was like
Avatar was perfect.
perfect. Avatar was a perfect show. Y'all can argue with yourselves, but Avatar was a perfect show from start to finish. From start to
Like
finish, Avatar was a perfect show.
when I talk about like childhood shows that just knocked it out of the park, it's
Mhm.
like that, the old style Ben 10 when he was a teenager and when he was a kid, Danny Phantom, and like a couple
Yep.
others that were just
Yep.
like perfect. Other than
Perfect.
that, like Avatar was,
Outta
I
here.
give it an A plus. I have no quarrels with that show.
Yep. And we getting something new. So
So
Netflix, it's
it's a
gonna be on
movie.
Netflix. Yeah, it's gonna be a movie in 2025, and then it's going to be a full-length series in December 2023. So it's gonna be
Okay,
8-hour-long episodes. It's gonna use
damn,
LED technology for all the bending. So the fire bending, earth bending, water bending, all of it is gonna be new LED technology, apparently.
sure,
And it's an expensive show. It costs like
okay,
15 million per episode. Everything's already
good
filmed. They're literally just waiting to put it out.
to drop
And
it.
that's it. Yep.
So you and I both remember the atrocity that was released
That was yeah.
with that live action Avatar movie.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
am I excited? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Am I still reserved? 100%, because the bullshit that they gave us, the horse shit. There's no way. The pre-release, they sat down, they watched that movie and said, "This is it." There's no way they did that. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're like, "This is
I hope
exactly what we want."
I hope it doesn't get the One Piece treatment where they showed it to a live audience and they were like, "What the hell is this?" So now they got to go
Yes.
back to. I hope it doesn't, because I want to say
Yeah.
the creators of the series are like heavily involved, but that ain't been confirmed or denied yet. As far as I
So
know, they are not involved.
So for some of our younger audience who may have never seen what I'm referring to, in the early 2000s, I think it was like '07 or '08 or something like that. I can't remember.
Mhm.
It was so bad. They went on this spree of trying to make live action anime movies, right?
You remember the
And
Attack
two of
on
the
Titan
worst
one?
titles. Oh my god. The two worst anime adaptations I've ever seen in my whole life. And I mean this on everything, is the live action Avatar one and the live action Dragon Ball movie. You remember that live
Mhm.
action Dragon
Dragon
Ball
Ball
movie?
Evolution?
Bro, first of all, that chick was a bad. However, the
Yeah.
point being,
Facts.
the movie was terrible. Okay.
It was horrible.
The movie
It
was
still gets memed like today.
horrible. Yeah. Both of those were so bad. It was like watching a martial art fight with no physical contact. And then, so remember how they would like do all this crazy
Yeah.
Aikido bullshit? And
Mm-hmm.
then a little puff of air would come out or a little puff of fire would. It was so
Yep.
bad. Do yourselves a favor, go do the research, and y'all understand what I'm talking about when I say it's the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yep.
It is. Because to go from the
I'll show y'all
greatness of the
clips later,
show,
but yep, it was really bad.
when I tell y'all the greatness of the show, of the animated show, and in my opinion, it's an anime. Fight me in the comments below. I don't give a damn. It's an anime.
Oh no, it is. For sure it is.
Yeah. There's like, the purists are out there like, well,
Yeah,
I don't give a shit.
It's an anime. It's anime.
Yeah. I'll fight with your mirror. All right.
Facts.
Yeah. So if you look at the greatness of that show and how awful the adaptation was, you will understand where I'm coming from, how bad it was.
Mm-hmm.
Because y'all newcomers to this shit don't understand. We used to wait for Netflix in the mail. It used to be a disc service that was mailed to you. And I had to wait for that show to get mailed every week before I could watch the next episode. And it was the only thing I was worried about was on Friday night when I got back from school. I did all my homework for the weekend on that night, and I binge watched the whole episodes. All of them. There was like 3 on the disc or something like that. That's all I cared about.
Yep. That's it.
And so I'm excited that they're spending so much money because it kind of gives me that influence of maybe they're going to do it right this time.
Yep.
But how do you beat perfection? It was perfect.
It was literally perfect from start to finish, bro. I don't think anime to live action really works that well. If it's done right, yeah, sure, it can work. But just the concept of copying anime movements, anime techniques, anime cultures, and everything like that, and bringing it to live action where you can't do half the shit you see in that show because it's all hand drawn. Movements can't be done correctly, stuff like that.
Your arms can't bend that way.
Yeah, kind of got to play with it a little bit. It's hit or miss. It's hit or miss, man. They got LED technology. Maybe that'll play into it. But it's like 120 million just for season 1 of that show.
But like, just ask yourself this question, right? We say if it's done right, it could be great. When has it ever been done right?
Exactly. So I think maybe this could be the one. This could be the one. I got high hopes because Aang is in my heart telling me, look,
bro, I want it to be the Avatar, bro.
I'm talking to Avatar Roku right now. He's saying this might be the one. So bro, I got high hopes.
Avatar Roku and Avatar Kyoshi were the most cold-blooded gangsters on the fucking planet.
Kyoshi was a thug. Kyoshi was a thug, bro. Like when they were
might have been my favorite, bro.
They were at that Earth Kingdom, and Aang was like trying to explain like why he didn't like kill Shin the Conqueror or whatever, and she just like pulled up when they was about to smoke him. She was like, "Yeah, I killed him. So what? Yeah, I killed him.
Yeah.
All right,
and
bye,
then when she isolated Kyoshi Island, when everyone was like, and she was like, "All right, bet I got something for you. Slice, push,
bro. Oh my! If y'all have not watched Avatar, I don't know how you've been alive this long and not watched it.
I don't know.
Watch it.
Like, watch it. It's on Netflix, isn't it? Isn't it all on Netflix?
Bro, all of it is on. I literally just rewatched it this week, bro. It is all on Netflix. Bro,
do yourselves a favor. Go get some culture in your lives. Go watch that show. And then you can argue with me later after you've educated yourselves. When I say that,
educate yourself first.
Perfect. There was not a single character that didn't play a part in the total story. There was no just like random characters that just were introduced just to be there. Everybody was there for a reason. They all had their own path. Like, and then I love how they tied in Aang's past and the problems of his past into his future and current. You remember the Emperor of the Earth Kingdom was his old friend Boomy.
Yep.
Like he survived that long. And bro, I'm telling you, man, that they could really do something great here. 15 million episode is right about where I thought it should be for it to really get to where it needs to be.
Yep.
And for all you people out there who are like 15 million episodes, a lot of money, you don't understand how great this show was. All right. So there's no way you should be dedicating
all the dollars to it. Yes. Every dollar you got should be dedicated to making this show what it needs to be.
It's like trying to remake a classic. It's like trying to remake The Lord of the Rings. right?
Mhm.
Look what happened with Rings of Power. No one watched it. Why? Because it was awful. Okay.
Not a single person.
If you're gonna do it, you got to do it right, right?
Mhm.
And that takes money. That takes time. That
Especially with
takes
a
the
show like
right actors.
Avatar. Especially
Like,
with a show like Avatar.
I don't want to see no 25-year-old Aang. Dude was 12, bro. All right. He was
Yeah.
12 years old. You need to get that right. What is it? Qatar's like
Mhm.
what, 16? Sokka's like 17 or something like that.
Yeah, I
Or
think Sokka and Zuko are the oldest ones in the group.
yeah, I
So
think they're like 17.
I think from information that I saw of it, it's gonna be sitting in the timeline right around after Avatar, but before the Legend of Korra when they're all like
Oh, so it's
old as
not even
shit.
like retelling the story.
No, it's like something. It's literally what happened from the end of Avatar up to the beginning of Legend of Korra.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
By
So
the
that
way,
little time period,
what are your thoughts on Legend of Korra, real quick? I'm sorry, I know we're going off on a tangent, but I love Avatar.
it's it's uh it's good. It's good. It doesn't have as many like holy shit moments as like
Yeah,
Avatar does to me, but it's still a solid series. I still think Avatar, not even nostalgia, just like Avatar is literally perfect in my eyes. Like
yeah,
you
exactly.
you can't touch the level of like hype that Avatar gave. Like when he
Yeah,
hit his back on the stone when he was fighting Fire
yeah,
Lord Ozai and he came out,
and
grabbed his
then,
chin hair. There's oh my god.
bro.
Legend of Korra, it has good moments, but it cannot touch the best moments in Avatar. It can't.
Yeah,
That's just me.
I would say it's a pretty good show, but I think you captured lightning in a bottle with Avatar, and it's hard to
Mhm,
recreate that. It's just you can't.
mhm.
Lightning never strikes the same place twice.
It
So
doesn't.
like it was
It doesn't.
good, but like I don't think Korra was as personable as Aang was. I loved her character development overall, but
Mhm.
like we grew up with Aang, so we had like this connection with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
just it's hard. But I like your point. So it's supposed to be an intermediate story between the end of Avatar and the beginning of Korra. So what it's just like Aang becoming like the Avatar that we all knew he was supposed to be.
Maybe. There's no details about it, but that's where it's supposed to sit in the timeline. So, because it's
Interesting.
weird that in the Legend of Korra, like, and I like the kind of dynamic of like Korra and Aang, because Aang, when he was, young, like he had no clue what he was doing. He didn't even know like how to be the Avatar. But
Yeah,
like
and then
from
Roku
like
was
a
like his
little
mentor, but
yeah, from like a little baby, like Korra was like shooting fire and like shooting wind and doing earth and all that. Like
she
she
was
knew
very naturally talented.
yeah,
Yeah,
she knew she was the Avatar. Like she was saying it when she was like fucking 3, 4 years old. So like,
yeah,
and she shows it like even in the first scene when she's like, "Ah, bro, y'all easy work. Y'all are easy work, bro.
yeah.
Give me something better." Aang would have been like, I don't know. I still
I
got to
don't
figure this
know.
stuff out. But it's
Yeah,
so crazy seeing like the dynamic change just like over time of how the Avatar is like portrayed. Cause like Aang didn't know what the hell he was doing in the beginning. And then he
yeah.
slowly
Well,
like accustomed to it. Like he met more
yeah.
people and learned a little bit more, and he was like, "Oh I'm I'm big dog, yeah,
And I think a lot of it came down to like Aang had so much pressure to learn so quickly because of the incoming Fire Nation attack that they were going to try to do with Sozin's comment, right?
I mean, when they
So
were in
like,
the Fire Nation, like Aang was like having panic attacks. Like Sozin's
yeah,
Common is in
well,
3 days. I haven't slept. I still
yeah,
got to learn earthbending and firebending.
yeah.
So
So there was a lot of pressure on him, and there was no like, there's no international war going on when Korra's learning to be the Avatar. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
it's
Like,
I
yes,
wouldn't say
there's
it's
pressure, but
chill, but it's like there's not a lot of pressure for
it's
Korra.
not like Aang was. You know what I'm saying? Like Aang
Mm-hmm.
had nobody. No one.
Yep.
He woke up after 100 fucking years and was like, everyone I knew is dead. My whole
Mm-hmm.
Air Nation is dead. I can't access Avatar Roku whenever I want, to
Yep.
teach me these things. Which, if
So
you're
it's
being
like I
honest, like the okay, if I could say maybe one small critique about the Avatar show, if I could like nitpick to the lowest level, like, why didn't just one of the Avatar spirits be like, "All right, Aang, bro, I get it, bro, but like, let me show you how this is done," and just like Roku takes over or Kyoshi takes over or something like that, and just does what she needs to do and does what he needs to do and just call it.
yeah, but I feel like Roku kind of had that statement of like, yeah, this isn't your war to fight. It's kind of my fault that this war happened, but like
Yeah,
I'm not here anymore, so I need you to take the reins and figure it out.
yeah,
I feel like if they would
yeah.
have
That's
had like Roku come and like Kyoshi come and stuff like that, it would have been like, oh, well, it's over. It honestly
yeah,
it would have ended a lot earlier if Avatar was
yeah.
just like, Roku, can you just go handle it? He's like, I bet, cool, and he just
He's like,
clapped.
all right. Let me
Ozai.
borrow
It'd be
let me
like 3
borrow your body
episodes.
for about 2 days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be like 3 episodes, bro, and it'd
Yeah.
be no like progression. So I can see why they didn't take that route because that would
Yeah.
have been the easy route to take. Like, hey, Roku comes, or it's like Roku and Kyoshi and Aang versus the Fire Lord, or like the spirits of the other
Yeah.
Fire Lords, would be fucking fire. Like,
Yeah, that
yeah,
would be sick.
but I don't know. I got hope. I got hope that it's gonna be
Yeah.
good.
But I'm interested to see how they do Fire Lord Zuko
I
in the
am.
show.
I
Because
really
that's the
am
last
interested in
thing that
that.
we see is like Zuko. Oh, I'm sorry. Spoilers for everyone who hasn't seen the series.
Oh, yeah,
Zuko becomes
y'all gotta
Fire
catch
Lord.
up.
Yeah. And
But
so I'm curious to see how that works. Curious to see the Katara Aang relationship as they mature. Curious to see Sokka's relationship with that Kyoshi warrior. I forget her name all of a sudden.
Suki?
Suki, that's what it is. Yeah.
Yep.
Goated, by the way. Yeah.
Goated.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited for it, but I'm still apprehensive due to the last atrocity that we saw.
Yeah, so it'll it'll be what it
It is what
is.
it is.
So it is what
Yeah.
it is. All right, so last topic I got God of War. God of War is getting its own show. A live action adaptation of PlayStation's hit video game franchise God of War has been ordered to series at Amazon's Prime Video service. During an interview, Catherine Pope acknowledged that PlayStation IP has become more and more important, especially following The Last of Us success on HBO. That show seems to have offered a solid blueprint for how to bring certain video games title to the big or small screens, and you will see more coming soon. God of War is getting its own show. I just want to say that again for y'all who did not hear it. God of War is getting its own show. Now,
So go back and
I'm
play the
nervous.
titles.
I'm nervous because is it going to cover the trilogy or is it going to cover
Right?
God of War 2018 and Ragnarok?
And Ragnarok? It's no, bro. There's no way you jump straight to God of War and Ragnarok. There's no way. You got to go through the first trilogy. Like we won't even know who Kratos is. Why is the ghost of Sparta there?
They could take the route of saying, I mean, if you should have played the games to kind of have baseline knowledge of where we're at.
Yeah.
And to be fair, God of War 2018 and Ragnarok are probably the more recent ones that they've played.
That people
So
have
they probably
played.
have that Kratos in their head over God of War trilogy. If they got to do the trilogy, that's a big task because there is a lot to cover in that trilogy.
So here's my thought. There's one or two ways they should probably go about this. One, they just start from the beginning, which it would be where I would want it to be. I would want like 5 seasons, and each season covers each playable title. That makes more sense, right? Like the first trilogy, 2018, and Ragnarok, right? Or they could start in 2018, but add flashbacks of why he's doing what he's doing to the original titles.
Yep.
Right?
So it's for the more seasoned fans to be like, oh, I get that. I get that.
Yeah. Because we've all I remember playing the original trilogy. I remember the storylines of why he was going after everybody, why he wanted to kill his father, why he wanted to kill Ares, why all this stuff. But I would like reminders of like some of the maybe more intimate moments in those series that I forgot. Right. Or maybe I need to capture that moment again. And I would like to see in a cinematic format like this, especially because Amazon Prime got deep pockets, so they can really spend a lot of money on this show.
I know they got money. I know Amazon got money. Amazon got money. They got it.
I don't know if, and so when they say, I knew they were going to bring, when The Last of Us did so well, and I'm not complaining because The Last of Us did amazing. I knew it was going to bring more video game adaptations to TV shows. I just knew it was. Like if you look at some of the more recent video game titles that have been turned into, really, really successful franchises, the new Super Mario Brothers movie broke damn near every animated record you could make.
Yep.
Right. You look at, again, The Last of Us. Uncharted did really well with Tom Holland. So like a lot of things are going to be animated and put into like a TV or movie format. My issue was, how can you do that with something surrounding a mythology? Because if you look at the only good mythology movies that we have, or mythology shows that we have, Troy with Brad Pitt made in the early 2000s, Gladiator made in 2000 with Russell Crowe, and like you can't say Wrath of the Titans or Clash of the Titans because those are both horrible movies. Like I like them because it's Greek mythology, but I don't like them because they're good movies. You know what I mean? So how are you, if you're going to do the trilogy, you're starting off with a mythology thing, with Kratos is
And
kind of
it's
dangerous. It's
gonna
not
be
like
a lot to
zombies.
tackle. Yeah, it's gonna be
You
a
know what I
lot to
mean?
tackle, especially if like they do Kratos' backstory wrong. Like if they don't give it the respect that it deserves, I'm not gonna like Kratos for the rest of the thing.
Yeah,
Like I'm not gonna like it for the rest of the series. Cause if like I know Kratos from the games, but people who don't know God of War and are like, oh, what's this? And they watch it and they get, Kratos killing his family and all that good stuff, but it's horrible. They're gonna be like,
yeah.
why the hell do I
Why
want to
am I
watch
watching
this?
this?
I'm not
Yeah,
watching this all the
exactly.
way up to Ragnarok. No way.
Yeah,
So they need to do it. I keep saying they need to do it right, but they need to do
yeah,
it like The Last of Us, how The Last of Us did
yeah,
it, where they kind of stayed with the source material. And then later in the seasons, they saw like the success they were getting. They're like, all right, we can kind of play around a little bit. It didn't get met with like, oh my God, I love that idea. People were like, why?
yeah,
You still have the blueprint. Why are you changing it?
yeah.
But they did it and it worked out fine. So
They did.
if they do it with God of War, they just need to make sure this shit is like legit, true to the God of War trilogy. Do not deviate.
Right.
You have everything you need right here. Do not homie.
Facts. You
Do
don't
not
need to
homie.
make it
You have
up. It's right
everything. You
there.
don't. Everything is
Yeah,
literally right here, bro. In
yeah,
PlayStation 2 graphics. You don't need to do anything different.
yeah.
So I don't know.
Well,
I hope
see,
it'll be
this is
good.
not the first time that they've done a protagonist like this in a video game series, but the ones that have come out have been bad, man. Like, have you watched any of the new Halo series that came out?
Yeah. Yeah, I stopped
Dude,
watching.
like, come on, man. Like,
I stopped
Paramount
watching it.
Plus, what are you doing, bro? Like, that's
I
Master Chief, bro. Like, you need to put some respect on that man's name. And y'all had all of the storyline, you had all of the backstory. You don't need to make anything up. You don't need to deviate from it. You have what you need, right? God of War has
mm-hmm.
given you 5 titles. 5.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to create a new backstory and give us a new Kratos. We know who Kratos is. We know where he
Yep.
comes from. We know he's a Spartan. Give us that backstory. Just make
And
it into a TV show.
it's
That's
crazy
it.
that like The Last of Us has 2 games and that series was as phenomenal as it was. God of
Yeah.
War has 5 games that they could pull from. Even little ideas they could pull from. The Last of Us
Yeah.
had 2, part
Yeah.
1 and part 2. And that's it.
And I think it all comes down to casting as well. Like, who's gonna play Kratos?
I think Jason Momoa would probably be a good Kratos.
You think so?
I think so. I can see
I
him as
mean,
Kratos.
I could see that. He'd have
I
to
could
shave his
see it.
beard though.
Yeah, if he's playing older Kratos, I'd say once 2018 comes around, he'd probably be a better Kratos. As far as early
Yeah,
Kratos, I'm not too
because
sure,
he's
but I know he's
Kratos was pretty clean shaven in the first part.
yeah, yeah,
Not
he's
fully,
definitely
but he had like it's like close trimmed. You know what I
he
mean?
had like a little close little something. Early
Yeah.
Kratos, damn, that's actually kind of hard for early Kratos. I hope they don't do like what's the bald nigga? Jason Statham, like Vince Vaughn or
Oh no, don't do that. I
don't do
mean,
that. He's
nah,
bald.
yeah,
That's the only reason
yeah.
he would be in the roles because he's bald. I
Like,
don't want.
so
I need
just
somebody who's kind of gruff and like kind
yeah,
of like Kratos that can pull it off. Because if it's like a soft
like
dude playing somebody like Kratos, yeah, there's no way a
he's
soft
just got
dude
like a
is playing
goatee.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's got
and
to be
bro, he's got to
somebody.
be yoked. He's
Yeah,
got to
no,
be
he's got
like
to be.
6'3".
He's got to be
Like,
stacked, bro. He can't be no like 5'1", 120 pounds, bro, and play. No,
yeah.
he can't.
I
He's got
mean,
to be stacked.
I
Jason
would
Momoa is
just
definitely
like,
taking 2018 though.
oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Older
for sure.
Kratos, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Momoa's got that, but he's gonna have to shave his head, and he ain't gonna do that. So
he's not. I mean, don't they have like the little
bald caps or whatever? Yeah, I guess they
ball
could do
caps?
that.
Yeah. I mean, it probably wouldn't look right, but it would look good enough to be on
Yeah, I
screen.
mean they got all these
So
visual effects and everything. They'll be all right.
they'll be all right.
I think if you're gonna do it, just do 5 seasons, and each season give us a game of God of War.
Easy.
Or if you want to do 2 seasons and combine the trilogy into 1 season and 2018 and Ragnarok into season 2 and just do like 15 episodes a season.
Yep. Yep. It needs to be
Just
hour-long
don't
episodes, though.
cheap
It
us.
needs
That's
to
what I'm
be
saying. Like,
hour-long
don't cheap.
episodes.
Thank you. Like, don't cheap out on it, bro. Like, we will all watch it for the rest of time if you just do it right. Like,
Yep. Yep.
we'll see.
But
I don't.
we'll see.
I have my reservations, but I'm glad it's a series like God of War, right?
Mhm.
Like, it's something that you can do it. Everyone has read about, we all read the Percy Jackson series. We all have some sort of mythology in our background. You know what I'm saying? We can all somehow find interest in a God of War series, right? At least they didn't jump into something absolutely absurd that has no way of being adapted to, like the Dragon Age series. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just no way you're going to do that right.
Oh well.
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll find out next episode of Dragon Ball Z. So should be fine. But all right, well, that's all the topics I got. You got anything?
Nah, man. I'm just glad to be back, and we'll see how it all shakes out, man.
See how it all shakes out. All right, this has been the Actual Anime Podcast. If y'all like this content, make sure y'all check us out on Spotify, Instagram, Google Podcasts, YouTube, all that good stuff. See y'all in 2 weeks. Deuces.
Roll.